Hello and welcome to Ellis Clark Trains Talks, episode 2 with me, Ellis.
And me, Chris.
Today we're going to be talking about the Darstaed Thompson coaches because we've just had the first models into stock, which are the Elizabethan coaches that basically form up the famous Elizabethan 11 coach train. There is actually a video on YouTube, black and white video of the Elizabethan Express by British Railways. What's it called again? British Railways.
Publishing? Transport Publishing?
Transport, that's it. Yeah. British Railway Transport Films. So there's a bit of history there to it. But what we thought is we'd talk you through some of the models, what the new features are, what they come with, and sort of go from there, really.
Yeah, it's quite an impressive list this time around, I feel. We've gone a bit all out on production. We've not just stuck to a particular four kind of carriage variation. Yeah. Is it 60 variants?
If not 70. Yeah, there's a double-sided list that we've got here. Both for us to remember and also to reference. Yeah, so I think if you look at it initially, it's quite over-facing almost because there's so much detail on it. But like I was saying to you, it's easy to break it down and go from there, really, isn't it?
It's just a variation. It means that sort of myself being a modern image modeler, I don't ever see this side of quite how many different varieties of vehicle there were in one class, if that makes sense. Where we've gone to the extent of square windows, round windows. We've done the usual where we've covered a different selection of catering vehicles.
Yeah. Different bogies. 8 foot, 8'6" light, 8'6" heavy.
Yeah.
Of which on every coach the steps move around as well.
Yeah, and each bogey stamped on so it's not like we've just cheated it and
No.
It's all got the correct stamping on the axle boxes for the different variations.
And the little handles on the axle boxes as well.
That was because I've not really, for people who are watching, I've never really had anything to do with the Thompson project. It happened well before my employment with yourself, and like I say, with it not being in my period of modelling, it's never really something I've wanted to look at in much detail. I've never had any reason to, and one of the things I noticed straight away was them little handles on the bogies, and I'm sure we'll be able to cut away and show you the handles themselves. They're just such an immaculate little detail that you wouldn't ever expect.
They are.
But it comes back to everything Darstaed seem to do. The interiors are incredible. We've got a brilliant picture that you did on the cutaway on the Facebook. I think there's one on the website,
Facebook, Instagram. We're on everything.
Modern technology. It's just incredible. In the compartments, you get etched brass luggage racks.
Yep.
You get the destination posters behind the seats. You get the little extra lamps.
Yeah, the little wall lamps, they're separately fitted. Mirrors. You get mirrors.
Yeah, mirrors. And they actually
properly mirrors.
Even down to seat fabric. The seat fabric changes.
They're correct. The maquettes in them.
They're just incredible. They're a massive step up against everything else Darstaed have produced.
Yeah, they really are. They are quite impressive, and I suppose the thing is as well with the Thompson coaches, like you were saying, there's not a huge amount of info out there on them. I mean, Thompson himself had quite a task on because he was following Gresley.
Yes.
And obviously Gresley's were such loved coaches, but Thompson's were a bit of a, essentially there is in the booklet we've got, there's a full, and these come with every coach, it's a full 40-page booklet that comes with every coach, and there is a nice little history for you to read at the start of it. But essentially with the Thompsons, what happened was the LNER needed to sort of modernize the coaching stock, the coaching fleet, from the 4 and 6 wheels and the wooden bodied stock. They had stuff from before that as well, before the LNER, pre-war. They had all sorts, and they needed to have a much more standardized steel bodied vehicle. So they basically had a meeting, and the Thompson coach was born out of it, of which Edward Thompson was in charge of the design of him. He actually got a bit of a bad rap for it, as I say, because he was following Gresley, but he was given limited.
The thing is, with the shape and the design, though, you can see from what's there, the Mark 1s.
The Mark 1s,
so close.
Yeah, they are.
There's not much difference. There's tumble home.
Yeah.
The roof profile. It's not far from
what
it was before.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as well, like you said, information on these vehicles is so scarce.
Yeah,
There's a handful preserved. There's one at, I think it's the Severn Valley Railway. There's this particular one, which we've done as a limited edition of 25.
Yeah, only 25 of these. It's up at MC at the moment.
Yeah, as it stands at MC, with the L and the RCA, I think is own it. And that's, we've done that as a limited edition, and you can go and see that literally today at MC. It was at Llangollen up until last year when it was moved. So we've done that's a nice little feature. It comes with a proper certificate, which we haven't got one to hand. I think there's one.
We've got one of the Elizabethans. Yeah, it's a.
So that's again, it's back to the good old days. I remember when I used to buy 00 gauge Lima limited editions, and you used to get a lovely little certificate. It just adds to the quality and the class, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But as a range, it's just phenomenal. We've maybe gone too far, but I think, to be honest, with the set with the set we've made, you can produce any rake, any sort of prototypical train that you'd like to go for from Thompson's. And in the booklet, I believe there's formations in there.
There is
some sample formations.
So that's what I was sort of getting at. If you just go on the list of models, it does seem a bit overfacing, but it's very, very quickly broken down. I mean, that's a page of some sample formations we made, right from a 3-coach rake up to an 11-coach rake. So you've got a 3-car set, 4, 5, 2 5s actually with and without catering, and a 7-car. So you can build it up from there.
Some nice variety.
Yeah. So if you just simply know what era you're modelling in, or roughly the decade or a few years that your layout or collection spans across, then we can help as well. But you can easily build up a nice rake. And the good thing is we've got both unnumbered and numbered vehicles.
Yes. Yeah.
So we will have once they're all in stock. So we haven't just got 1 3rd-class running number. We've got 3, for example, and an unnumbered. So you can add extra on. But yeah, exactly.
And the thing is as well, they're all going to come with a transfer sheet.
You get a nice little transfer sheet, and the we were just saying with the buffer chocks are in there in a detail pack.
It's all sort of a nice amount of detail there, and we cater for unnumbered vehicles with running numbers, and they're all sort of prototypically set as they were for the Mark 1s and the Mark 1 Suburbans.
Yeah, exactly.
It's taken a lot of work. For the booklet, for example, a lot of the information that's been hard to come by was supplied by a chap called Mike Bootman, who
he's been fantastic as Mike.
He specialises in Thompson stock. And he's just been a goldmine in information and helping the project. Yeah,
there was so much in the booklet that when he sent me the original information and the draft of it, I couldn't believe how much he'd put into it. He's got original posters, for example, original information, all the running numbers. It really does go on. It's got all the history of the Elizabethan.
It's almost a book on its own, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The information booklet.
It's really nice to have, actually. I really, it's really nice putting in with the models. It really is. Yeah. So I was going to say as well, one thing I just forgot to mention as a little bit is what has been really popular is the destination boards, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. So they're all hand stamped and hand painted in the factory
from brass as well.
And they just slot into the destination boards on each coach.
Of course,
exactly like that. There we go. And it sits into each 3 of the holders, so they actually work. And we've got several different trains.
And we've got about 20. 10, both in crimson and white.
That's it. So we've got like the Elizabethan set, which comes complimentary with the 11 coach set. There's what we got, the East Anglian.
I only brought a few because we got such a big bag of them.
So we've covered a lot of famous trains.
We have.
So chances are, if it's a train you'd like, we've probably got the name boards for it ready made. So that it's just a nice little feature that comes with the carriages.
It is.
Features again. Speaking of features, the Darstaed vehicles are standard. Brass sides.
Yep.
Injection molded roof. Die-cast sort of bogies.
Yeah, also worth noting on the roofs this time round on the roofs, we've matted down the paint a little bit as well. Different paint finish to the sides on the coach, which is like a glossy
it just
satin.
finishes it really nicely.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Usual standard interior lighting.
Yeah.
Working tail lamps on the brakes.
Yeah. I'm going to take that off because I'm about to turn it upside down, but
it's just the usual features you'd expect from a Darstaed coach all round.
Detail underneath the bogies as well. All die-cast bogies, but all the details underneath, brake rigging, all your boxes, you know, dynamos, everything. Is I love the brass handrails in the interiors as well.
Yeah,
also
they're just absolutely superb. They're so
really
well finished.
Yeah, they really are.
So one thing we're doing this time round, which we did with the Mark 1s, which was supply separate bogies. So you'll see here in front of us, we've got 3 boxes. So we're supplying, as Ellis says, we're doing the heavyweights, the lightweights, 8 foots and 8 foot 6s.
Yeah.
And in that you'll get a pair of bogies, which are both listed on the website.
So the other thing about it, so this one's got the pickups on. The pickups do unscrew if you don't want them on there, but as standard with each pair, you've got pickup ones on. But I suppose what we should also talk about with this project being so vast, there is so much to talk about. But we also offer for the first time, and by the way, the wheels are chemically blackened as well, which is another thing that really rollerball bearings. So we now have available all the bogies with rollerball bearings. As a little side note, keep an eye out in the bottom right hand corner to see how long the wheels spin for when fitted with rollerball bearings. Back to the video. Now, what this means is basically, and we'll have a little video cutaway of this, but we've had the full 11 car train of the Elizabethan been pulled by a Dapolo 8 shunter, haven't we?
Yeah.
Without wheel slip. Which, you know,
it just reduces the drag
it's
so
unreal,
much.
isn't it? We can't believe how much of a difference it's made.
By hand, we can push a full 11 car rake around our test track, and it'll do a lap and a half without ease. Without any effort. It just makes such a difference for an 11 coach train, especially.
Yeah.
And it's a £40 upgrade per carriage, isn't it?
20.
Oh, is it 20?
Yeah,
right,
20
per.
Yeah. The difference it makes. I mean, for example, and maybe this is nicely leading on to it, but the reason we decided to do this was obviously we're not naive to the fact that the coach is a brass side and die-cast chassis and things, and we didn't want to go away from that because it's such a nice such a nice feature on the models. You get the flush glazing, you get the rigidity, the structure to them, everything like that, and they last as well. Our coaches, the Darstaed ones, they really do stand the test of time. But the thing was, we're obviously doing these 11 car rakes, which I know not everyone's going to have the space for. We do actually do an A and a B set as well, which is a 5 car set and a 6 car set. But for the full 11 car train, having locos to haul them around, or easily haul them around and put less stress on the loco, we should say, was what we thought might be an issue. So we had to, sort of think outside the box and come up with a solution, hence rollerball bearings. Now, they're not just any rollerball bearings, the very high-end ones. We had to do a lot of research into that. You can't just use, for example, ball bearings that would go in fans on computers, because they've got to deal with undulation in the track and the bogies and the suspension. So they've got to be able to move around and not jam, or because it could also, if they did jam or they didn't work properly, have the opposite effect, and they'd actually have more drag. And we always have to be careful if we put them on a table, because they might roll off, even if it's pretty much flat. So the amount of times they've rolled. Yeah, we have.
It's a quick learning process.
It is. But I suppose with the 11 car set as well, this is one of the things. So this thing of going all the extra length and the extra research and what we went to in terms of, and the boxes are lovely as well. Now they're made out of this hard tough material, but it's so stylish, packed in really nice black foam like that. Put this to one side, take the end bits out like that. But the Elizabethan cars as well, they actually, and you might not know this because of how they did it, but the coach sides were actually brought down all the way over the sole bars. Now you can see it better on this one where it's painted crimson all the way down. On the actual Elizabethan stock, they ended up painting a black line over the sole bars, which kind of defeats the object.
It seems a bit odd to myself, but it was an odd move.
It was.
They put the effort in to make it streamlined.
Yeah.
And then paint it black.
And then paint it black anyway to make it look unstreamlined. But this was only for the Elizabethan stock, and we catered for that on our models, which you don't usually see, and they do look superb. But the other thing as well is if you look at the black and white film, you might not necessarily notice straight away because it's painted black and because it's black and white. It almost, if you don't look twice, it looks like the silver.
The preserve one's exactly like this at the present day. But we've had pictures since of them with the actual black soul bar. So
well, that's the danger, isn't it? Of going off preserve sometimes.
It's a lot. It's very easy to get caught out with preserve vehicles. Sometimes, but they're just a very nice all-round coach. Even things such as the vehicle you've got there, I've noticed is the ladies' retiring room.
Yes,
so the end compartment actually has a set of seats taken out as the real one had, with mirrors on the wall. It's not just a full set of compartments. It's actually been modelled with the ladies' retiring room at the end of the vehicle, as per the real one is. So it's quite a complex range of models we've done this time around.
Yeah, it really is.
All of the Elizabethan stock is available singly. Some numbers are already dwindling though. I know the BGs are starting to get quite low in numbers.
Yeah.
But coming back to BGs, we're doing them in all the main colours.
Yeah.
So obviously blood and custard with the Elizabethan fairings. We're doing maroon, teak, blue, crimson.
Yeah. You got them.
That's
you got them. Yeah. It's hard, isn't it? You get there's so many to remember, but
you start getting lost in the big list.
Because you're looking forward to the blue BGs, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't wait for a couple of blue BGs. They're just, if the Elizabethan one's anything to go off, they're just going to be superb. And they're just going to break up their Mark 1 BGs that we've got and the goods that are abound.
Exactly.
It's just another nice carriage to add in the rake.
It is. Yeah. Totally agree.
But all round, they're just an incredible set. It's just we've gone to the limits to get every detail we can.
Yeah.
I say Darstaed have. And we've helped Darstaed along with the different details. And obviously, Elizabethan sets exclusive to us.
Well, the whole range is.
And the Elizabethan set comes with it again, with, like we mentioned, with the certificate for the limited edition buffet. The Elizabethan set comes with a limited edition certificate, and it's limited to 50 sets.
Yeah.
And we've got a mixture of roller bearing fitted and non-roller bearing fitted for choice at the end of when you want to check out.
Exactly. Sorry, I was just looking at. I quite like reading it. That's all. There's so much in it. It's just a great little booklet. Yeah, exactly. No, they really are superb. And obviously, other things are standard sprung metal buffers as well, and KD couplings, all that. As I said, the detail on these now has really gone up a level.
If you stand them against the Mark 1, the miles apart are they now in finish.
Yeah,
the Mark 1 still stand up.
The Mark
really
1's
well,
still a lovely model, but time's
Thompsons
moved on, hasn't it? And
just another level.
Yeah, the thing is, isn't it, with us and Darstaed as well, we don't stand still in the models we create. We constantly want to push forward, push up, and improve.
It's like
even if no one asks.
Yeah, well,
no one was asking for all these variants, but you know.
70 odd models is never something someone wants, but we want to make sure we cater for different styles of trains, different rakes.
Yeah.
Maybe you're in a club and you want a rake of Thompsons in blood and custard, but you only have the square windows, and then your mate can get the round windows. Or...
We should say at this point, actually, when we say square and round windows, it's got nothing to do with the toilet round windows here. A little bit of history. It's actually to do with the main windows here. Now, similar to the Mark 1s, they found these are as they were built. and
Square.
it's probably square cornered, but you can square cornered. Let's call them windows as they are here now. When they were built like this, same as the Mark ones, they got corrosion in the corners from water buildup, rainwater buildup, and things. So basically, they welded on a rounded corner. And I'm not sure if I've got a rounded corner one here, but they welded on a rounded corner to stop the water buildup and let it drip down, essentially. So when we say round and square windows, we're not actually referring to these ovals at the end. We're referring to the corners on the windows. Again, a lot of people didn't realise this, and they were actually meant to add these rounded corners to every single vehicle, but because BR took over, it was a case of as and when, which
they
wasn't
a long time.
They did
snuck through quite for a while with squared windows.
Well, a lot of them were scrapped with square windows. A lot of them were because it wasn't really a priority.
The
Mark ones
came in. The Mark ones were the Mark ones were taking over the duties, and
they were.
The Elizabethan in the end was taken over by a set of.
It was eventually, The thing is, the great thing about these, though, isn't it? They did actually last right up until blue grey era.
Yes.
With some in preservation, as we said, but they were mixed with Mark ones, and the Mark ones didn't just come in and wipe them out or replace them. They were still widely used.
You often see pictures of Black Fives and 8Fs and Jubilees with rakes of Mark ones. But there's always maybe the old Thompsons, snuck in, and
exactly.
It's hard to tell from a far off picture because they look so similar to
they do, don't they?
Mark one. You never really notice them in a rake.
No, especially if you've got a camera angle that looks down a rake and it's like a few coaches back, and you can't.
They just blend in.
Yeah, they do. They're
just such a sleek design, and you really can see where the Mark ones sort of stepped up from. In the history.
One thing I will point out as well, if you know our Mark 1 Suburbans and you've had the detail, the hinge detailing pack, that's gone now, and that's fitted from the factory. That was my idea. That's
Neil's,
so you
Neil's
can
nightmare.
Neil's nightmare. So separately fitted hinges on these models, but factory fitted. You don't have to do it yourself. So
it just it's just another level of detail, and it helps where we're trying to push forward with our relationship with Darstaed. They're seeing what we're doing with our press flows and our Black Fives, and we've got a really good relationship with Darstaed.
We do. So
we want to work with them to make things as good as they want them to be, as we want them to be. So luckily they're the same sort of thought process as us, where they want to constantly push forward and they don't want to get left behind. And these really, I think, really show the dedication to getting things just as extreme as they can.
Totally agree.
Yeah, no, they're just a nice all-round coach.
Yes,
there's a lot of variety, but so at the moment, as you say, we've got the Elizabethan sets in. And then within the next month and a half.
So basically what happens is we're going to get monthly deliveries. We'll be getting all the blood and custard stock in over the next 3 months. That's all different vehicles. Then I would say next 3 to 5 months after that, all the maroon stock will be coming in. And then sort of the teak stock will be coming sort of late summer this year. We'll start getting all the teak variants. The blue BGs, we're just waiting to hear back on those, but they'll probably be coming somewhere in between it all. We want those as soon as possible, actually, because they're really popular. So from a business point of view, I'd quite like those in. I think the other thing is as well, just the facts on these in terms of price wise. So the retail per coach is £229. We do bulk buy discounts, so if you're buying 3 or more, it's £225 each, or if you're buying, I think it's 7 or more, it's £220 each. Say it quick, the full 11 car Elizabethan set is 2,400, or 2,620 if fitted with rollerball bearings. And as we said, it's £20 extra per coach to upgrade it to rollerball bearings. A pair of bogies fitted with rollerball bearings are £55 a pair. The standard brass hat bearing bogies, they're going to be £35 a pair. They'll be due in about a month or two. Actually, less than that. I think they're going on the ship this week pretty much. So they'll be with us soon. And then the pairs of brass name boards, they're £3 a pair as well. And as we say, we've got a big range of those to choose from.
Range.
Yeah.
It's just a comprehensive. There's loads we could go on about. There's loads we could talk about.
Yeah.
Loads what we'll probably do is, I mean, there'll be loads of questions you'll probably go, why didn't you answer that? And we're here on the end of a phone or the email.
Yeah, that's the thing with us again, isn't it? The fact that we're if you're not sure what you want, what to run or what to buy, if it is overfacing, it's we're not. I totally agree with you. Sometimes it's nice to ring someone up who's got the knowledge and can say, I've been working on them for 3 years now, so I know them inside and out. And if you want to know what to run, what to buy, or
region specific, or,
everything like that, just give us a ring.
We've done the research, email, so it's whatever. We don't mind sharing the research.
No, of course not. No. Yeah.
It's there's enough to go at. I think there's something there for near enough everyone.
Yeah.
In the whole range this time round.
Well, right from 1946 up to, I'm just having a look at my notes because I can't remember it off, but pretty much 1970, really.
Yeah, I
46
said,
up
late
to 70,
70s.
so about almost a 40-year lifespan, I would say.
Yeah.
Plus the preserved
options.
Yeah, and the limited edition.
There's I think it's an IU that the Severn Valley.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Is it the Severn Valley on?
I think I looked the other day. There's more preserved than I realised. I think a couple are in workshops at the moment, though. What did I looked at a third class vehicle, I believe it was, when I went to look. We know about the buffet car. I think there's a composite car currently in a workshop somewhere. Don't know what state that's in, but I think there is a composite somewhere. But yeah, there's a few
plenty,
scattered
there's
about.
There's plenty around, isn't there? Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's one of them. There's a plentiful range, and they're going to be coming in within the next sort of over the span of the next 8 months. I think it's fair to say by the next 8 months we'll have the full range in.
Yeah.
And if you've got any questions, feel free to contact us. We're always at the end of the line or an email. And that's this range. That's the Thompsons.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I think that covers pretty much all, apart from the other half of them that we've completely and utterly forgotten to mention because there's so much to talk about. But as I say, we're on a phone line. So, that's everything today for episode 2. So, hopefully we'll see you back again soon for episode 3. Thank you very much for joining us.
See ya.